Hey guys, what's up? This is Jhoosier, and we are back with another episode of Reddit, I guess. Um, well, I guess about almost a month ago, my goodness, I asked a question. I asked, how do you all organize your waypoints? Because, um, basically, as I've been playing, I've realized that I've really hit a wall with like what I have around and what I need to do. And aside from the 5 Reddit karma points I got, I had some interesting responses. So there were people saying they use like modified versions of a Google Docs spreadsheet. The really handy one with the reforged Eden traders. Other people used Notepad++. Other ones use. Oh yeah, this one was an interesting one about using print screen and paste it into Discord and label what you found. That's also interesting. There's and then just basically using Discord seemed to be pretty popular. So anyway, I started thinking of how I could do this myself, and what I came up with was I figured this is a database, and actually the YAML files in the sectors for single players, it's actually pretty easy to find all the places we've been to, and so I wrote. I didn't write it. I started bugging ChatGPT, and I wound up using a what's it called? I got ChatGPT to write a Python script that would go into it would ask you for the sector for the sectors folder, and it would go through and it would pull out all of the sectors that you had visited. And arrange them nicely into a CSV file, and you could put that into a spreadsheet. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. Okay, and here we go. This is, I have to be careful not to touch any buttons because my comma and period keys are bound to the like pause and stop recording. So hopefully I don't accidentally mess something up. Anyway, this is what the example of the planets looks like. I got it to where it would pull things out, and we're going to have this sort of information here. And I created my own fields here for like I called them traders, resources, and targets because I thought, well, the people you want to trade with. There's resources you might want to mine, and there's targets you might want to hit. It's not the cleanest version because there's like this the sun random that you get, which doesn't really need to be there. Like it's hard when you have like gas giants as well, because you end up with this gas giant planet type that you can't visit. And then you have all the space warp targets, which I guess are useful for those the hacking satellites in Reforged Eden, but not much else. And then there's just a bunch of random, like kind of this information about like the kind of Reforged Eden behind the scenes labels for things. And it's interesting to look at, but like I've got, I go through this. I have 872 ones and things, and I've gone through and I've put in some things that I found, and they were pretty good. It was kind of neat to go through and see what I had. I have it saved in my as a Google Sheets in my Google Drive, but I thought there could be more, and actually I have it. It also this Python file I'll show you in a second also does the sectors and the stars themselves, and not very well. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so I started thinking, how can I do this? And I went through a bunch of different versions of like database stuff, which I know nothing about. I am beyond terrible at database stuff. So what I wound up with, I found I started looking for wikis. I thought, well, a wiki would be really useful. And I wonder if there are any sort of one-person wikis that are out there. And apparently, there's this thing called TiddlyWiki, which is a goofy name. Let's look up at TiddlyWiki. Not sure as, so that's another thing. That's a plugin for it. It's a non-linear personal web notebook. So this is what I found, and it's what I've decided to go with. And I would like to make this available to the Empyrion community, because I think this is something that would be really useful for all of us, because Elion will just, apparently after so many years, will not make searchable fields in their registry for stars or anything else. So if you want to know like where something is, you've got to click through things, and it is just the absolute biggest pain in the butt to deal with. So anywho, this Python script I've included. So this is if you go to this URL up here, jhoosier-egs-galaxy.tiddlyhost.com. Fun, easy to remember URL. Don't worry. If you go here, I'll put the link down in the description below, and I'm also going to put this on Reddit, because I think it's very important and to share it as widely as possible. And I don't think I have enough viewers who normally watch my stuff to make it all over the place. So, do I not have the? Do I not have the Python code in here? Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I'll have to just I'll have to. Oh gosh. I'll make the Python code. It should have been available here. I've got like, I don't know what's going on. My mouse is, I think the battery's dying. I need to get it sorted out. It should have been here. To-do list. It should have been, yeah, there we go. Okay. So in the YAML, so there's a YAML to CSV file. So this is a Python code script, which I don't know. Maybe someone else in the community knows better than I do about coding, because I know zero. This was all written by ChatGPT with me, constantly yelling at it to stop doing things. It's not very smart. So this will write down a list of. Did I put my? Okay, there we go. Turns out, my daughter had been like bashing my thing on the floor, and it turns out it was, what the hell's going on here? All right, sorry, there we go. Except my daughter was smashing things, my mouse on the floor, and I think she may have broken something, or something. Anyway, so this is the Python. So maybe some of you guys can tell me if it works, or if it's not. It's definitely not as good as it could be. So there's definitely a lot of ways to improve this. But I don't have much time, and I want to put out there in the community, because I think as a communal thing, it might be a little easier to deal with. This one, we don't need this one either. We can delete. I'll delete that one afterwards. Anyway, so if you go to this this URL, you have some things here. You have three options. You have add star, add sector, add playfield. So if you want to add yours manually, which I think people on servers will need to do, but this can be a communal effort, and I'll show you how it works. So when you want to make this yourself, you basically go down to getting started here, and you can download this file, and it'll just download the URL, or the HTML file. So this wiki is stored as a single HTML file that you can then upload. So you can either do it, as it says, download a local copy and then clone on TiddlyHost, which is what I've done. And so it's a free service for doing that. And there are collaborative effort options for like a faction or a server, if you like the Anvil server or the Broken Eden server wanted to, do a group effort to like show up thing, put in information, or if people wanted to do something else, you could do this, and it doesn't necessarily have to be public. Like you could kind of hide it, you can pass it around on Discord, things like that. So that's kind of cool. So I've set it up here. Basically, we have add star, so you would put here system name, and then you could put in some basic information about it if you have any, and then you put in the star type, the X position, Y position, Z position. So the Python file will pull out those values and actually upload them. Ideally, in the future, I can, I'd like to make a little converter where you type in your current system, you select your current system, and like you find where you want to go, and then from then on it'll tell you from where you are how far it is to the nearest trader that sells coolant or something like that. So I think that's a very valid valuable thing. So if you don't want to do that, so this is basically the stoplight thing. So this is to save it, this is to save without changes, and this is to get rid of it. And because it's a new one, we can get rid of it. As well, you can add a sector, you can add a playfield. Sector has the same name. I'm not sure how that works, how that might look exactly, but still working through things. So community, let me know what you think. So traders here, we can have a bulleted list with the resources, targets. You can make a bulleted list of things, and then this becomes searchable. I need to figure it out a little bit better, but this becomes searchable when you're looking for things. So you put down the traders that you found, and so on. Some of you eagle-eyed folks may have noticed I had a list of, maybe I didn't actually have a list of the Reforged Eden traders, which I have not done yet, I guess. So if you go over to the right bar here, you can have kind of the table of contents. So I've had a place here for Reforged Eden traders, and what I'd like to do is to be able to import the spreadsheet that was done up by, was it one of the stands, for Reforged Eden traders, and then ideally you could kind of search through to find that, to see what kind of moons they're at, what kind of things they're at, maybe look at where the nearest barren moon is, or the nearest lava nascent planet is that you need to go to find whatever you need to look for. So ideally this would make it all kind of a little more one-stop shop for how to find things. And like I said, this isn't something that I own. It's not run by me, so you can make it for each single player. You can create your own copy of this, and then you can say somebody makes the traders. You can export these each of these boxes you see here can be exported, or actually really just drag and drop it to a new one of these. So like if we all make these, if one of the stand who makes the Reforged Eden gets on here, if they make their spreadsheet in a formatted version for this, where we could then like search for different traders, you can just drag it over and just drop it in, and it's done. I mean, I can't tell you how great that is. Like if I wanted to, I guess I could just theoretically make a copy of the the Reforged Eden one, and then I could theoretically just kind of drag the file into here. Let's see if I can do that actually. Let's try it out. So yeah, you go like this and you just drop it in, and then it's apparently it's missing the sheets planets, but so it has an import thing, so you can import the settings, which I've done here in the XLSX utilities. So I have a workbook for planets set up already, which will go through, and it will. So if you set it up using that Python script for single players. If you set up the Excel sheet in a similar format to how I have it set up, then you can import it, and very easily it'll put everything in here. Boom, 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 boom. So we have like we have the tags, which is like the system name, the titles, the playfield type, traders, resources, target, sector, star, etc. So that should be a functional way of kind of listing things, I hope. This is all still a work in progress, so let me know what you think. And yeah, hopefully this leads to a lot of good ideas for how to share information and how to organize it and make it so that our game experience is richer. That's all it is. Okay, thank you guys very much. I hope you have a wonderful time, and I'll see you later. Bye.